In the Oval Office, Secretary or Head of the Federal Reserve Bernanke, Hank Paulson, Secretary of the Treasury, walk in, tell the President of the United States, by 5 o'clock this afternoon, by close of business, we need $1 trillion cash infusion into the American financial system. If we don't get it, the American financial system will implode in 72 hours, the world financial system 3 days after that, and we will have global anarchy and chaos. The greatest enemies of the United States, Mussolini, Hitler, Tojo, the Soviet Union, Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden. Nobody's ever brought the United States to its knees like that day. Who did that? Who's responsible for that? The populist? Donald Trump? No, the elites. The financial, the corporate, the permanent political class that runs Washington, D.C., that's who did it. What was their solution? To create money and bail themselves out. On the day that happened, the balance sheet of the Federal Reserve was $880 billion. When Donald Trump took the oath of office, January 20th, 2017, it was $4.5 trillion.
How big is the Federal Reserve balance sheet right now, Mr. Chairman?
Just a touch over $7 trillion, I believe.
You will have your chance.
How was it? How big was it at the end of December?
Low fours. Low 4 trillions.
Okay. How long do you think it'll take to reduce the size of that balance sheet to some amount that's not otherworldly?
That's an interesting standard. So I think when the time comes and the crisis is over and we're not purchasing assets at this kind of pace, what we'll do probably, and that'll be some time out. But what we'll do is what we did in 2014 to 17 that really worked was we just froze the size of the balance sheet, and then as the economy grows, the balance sheet shrinks as a percentage of the economy, and that was a very peaceful period during which people weren't worried about the size of the balance sheet, but it declined from 25% to 17% or something like that.
Fed numbers in terms of what the Fed is going to do. And by the way, Tyler, they're expecting a lot more from the Fed. A balance sheet now it's 7, they say going to 10 trillion, that is.
Holy cow.
All right, Steve, thanks. Steve Leeson.
That
Kelly.
merits a low whistle, $10 trillion. How much does the timeline of the economic recovery really matter for the markets at this point? He told us the expectation is the Fed expands its balance sheet from $7 to $10 trillion. That is an enormously powerful move.
Yeah, I mean, we have the biggest player in maybe in the markets right now being the federal government.